Okay, so today we're going to be installing these hood struts. They're from Redline Tuning. This is a 2013 Mazdaspeed 3. This kit will work for 2010 Mazda 3s, 2010 through 2013 Mazda 3s and Mazdaspeed 3s. So this is the passenger side I've already installed. I'll run through in the video how to install it. But you can just see here quickly that the upper mount is riveted on. The lower mount just bolts on in place of one of the fender bolts, and then you have the hood strut right there that will actually replace this hood prop or hood rod. And it actually gives you a little more height. The hood lifts up a little higher when you're working under it, and it just looks a lot nicer, I think. So let's jump into the install. Okay, so for the first part of the install, you're gonna need some masking tape, a Sharpie, I have a tape measure, as well as the top hood bracket. You're gonna need that as well. Here I have some green tape laid out. You basically wanna put it right here where there's a little indent in the hood. That's roughly where the top bracket is gonna mount. So you wanna put some green tape around there. And then you're gonna measure from this hood hinge. From this part right here, you're gonna measure up 14 inches and make a mark. So you can see I've drawn a line right here. And then from the edge of the hood, you're gonna wanna measure in 4 inches. And then that's gonna be the line for the back of your bracket, for the top bracket, and the 14 inches is gonna be the bottom line of your bracket. So you're gonna then set the bracket in here, and you're gonna mark the center hole. So I'll show you that. Better look at the 4 inches in here, and then the 14 inches here. So you're gonna wanna mount the bracket with the ball facing towards the outside of the car. And then you basically just wanna line up the back part here and the bottom part here. So it'll be somewhere around there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mark the center mark and center punch that. And then that'll be the first hole you drill, is the center hole. I've got the center hole drilled, so now I'm going to install the bracket. So I've got the top bracket, the rivets that come with it, and I've also got a rivet gun. So what you're gonna do is rivet in the top bracket with just the center hole for now, and then that will allow you to drill the other 2 holes on the top and bottom, and they'll be perfectly lined up. So this is what it looks like with the top bracket riveted on now with the center, and you can see kind of a better idea of that you would just drill the holes here and then they would perfectly line up. So we're going to do that now, and then go ahead and throw the top and bottom rivets in. Now that the top piece is taken care of, we can go ahead and mount the lower stud, and it's going to go into this, it's going to replace this bolt right here, which is the closest one to the actual hinge. So you're just going to spin that out. That's a 10 millimeter, and then you'll replace that with just the little the ball socket, and that will be the lower mount. And this is what that lower ball mount looks like installed. And we're now ready to put the shock on. The body will go up the top on the hood part, and this part will be facing down. And then I'll just show you here. This is the bottom. So to unlock it, you slide that up, and then you're able to slide this over the lower mount. And then once that's on, you can slide that back down, and then that'll lock it in. And you want to make sure that this faces towards the cab, because I tried closing it the other side with this facing towards the front of the car, and it actually popped this off. So you want to put this side with the slide lock towards the cab. And there we go, we have the shock now installed. It's pretty simple. Just you have to snap that on, so that just pushes on. And then with the bottom here, you can see the lock is actually at the back towards the cab. And that's pretty much the entire install. It's really not that hard. The hardest part is just measuring and making sure you have your measurements right with the 14 inches down and 4 inches in. But I found it's really not super picky. You definitely do want to be as close as you can, but it's not really all that picky. So you can do that.